Drodzy Państwo,
Ladies and gentlemen, a special address. May I ask Minister Tomanek, the Under-Secretary of State from the Ministry of Economic Development, Labour and Technology, to join us here. Minister, thank you. Good morning. Hello. I will follow up in the footsteps of the previous speaker, and I'm going to change what I meant to say because I was inspired by Madam President. First, congratulations on your choice of the subject. And basically, you were spot on when it comes to two things. First, when it comes to substance, from the point of view of the industrial policy, design has an absolute priority. Secondly, you were spot on when it comes to your choice of date, because it's related to the legal framework that we're working on. So design, it is something quite obvious to you how important it is. However, some people still believe that design is all about beauty and nothing else. I tend to disagree with that point of view, because design is about a language that you use to communicate with others. What can you communicate? Pro-environmental attitudes can be communicated in this way. We can change people's behavior thanks to good design. So we here in Poland have good design, but this design can be even better. Why so? Because when it comes to industrial design people, well, they are good experts because they have been trained in our academies of fine arts. In my professional career, I've had the pleasure of working with the academy that is based in Katowice. I've always been quite impressed by the design that they prepared. At times, those things seem down to earth. The font that you used to communicate things in the library there, it was something that was designed by designers. And here in Poland, when you're driving, you see all these banners that are quite outrageous when it comes to form. So lettering is very important when it comes to communication, and you could give more examples here. So this is the right time for design, because design is also about utility that you need to use to boost the competitive edge of our industry. We have a good starting point. Today, we can see that the Polish industry dealt with the pandemic quite well. We have survived. This is a good starting point. We need to use all of our capital, including the artistic and design capital. It needs to be put to good use, and entrepreneurs need to pay more attention to design. However, it is not only about utility. We need to boost productivity and to take a good position in the supply chains. That can be achieved by employing our own original Polish design, and our potential is quite sufficient to actually achieve that. Now, we need to protect design. Design needs to be protected, and the Patent Office and how it cooperates internationally is going to actually help us achieve that. And when it comes to the Patent Office, they have been quite active, and we need to appreciate that, especially when it comes to conferences, because conferences help you to propagate certain values and to integrate our milieu and to concentrate on things that we deem to be especially important. So the Patent Office is a very, very important player here, and its role will be growing in importance. Now, the intellectual property rights. I'm referring to a law that covers that area. We have a draft. The bill is being drafted. At our ministry, we are trying to have this law that is going to simplify the decision-making chain and to simplify it and shorten it. At the same time, it needs to be an instrument that is quite useful. So we must not have any gaps that would be harmful to the protection of the Polish creators and entrepreneurs. And yesterday, I proved our application, and this draft is in the pipeline and is to be processed by the Polish government. So hopefully we shall have a single act that is going to integrate a number of things, and hopefully it will be passed. We need to do our utmost for that act to be as synthetic, as brief as possible. Maybe it is not something linked to design itself. However, I would say that I religiously believe in the Occam's razor. So first you need to think thrice before you include anything in a document. Because the people who draft a law have always good intentions, but the result varies. And I believe that in our legislative work, we will be able to avoid any complications, because what we care about is to actually avoid any complications. So, design is one of our smart specialties, intelligent specialties. So PRP has a number of projects, and our ministry also has a number of projects there. I'm not going to discuss them in detail. Now, PARP, the Polish agency, has this open project for a project that is aimed at the competitiveness among SMEs, and we need to activate SMEs. After all, design should be stressed here. So I'd like to encourage you to use this knowledge that we have made available to you on our website, I mean the ministries and the patent office. Once again, congratulations on this effort to organize this event. Let me congratulate to Mr. President. I hope that the stock will go up. I believe that it's an unavoidable success that we're going to see. And hopefully the companies that use good designs will also benefit. And we should all benefit, because when the economy gets going, all of the society benefits and blooms. I wish you a good conference, interesting information, and I hope that you're going to get the impetus that is necessary for the Polish economy to use this crisis. So you need to go through the crisis, or rather to live through it, to make it, but it's always good to make good use of it. Thank you, Minister. So, may I ask, Madam President, and Mr. President too, naturally, because a joint award will be presented. Madam President, so I am a little bit surprised, but I'm going to read it, a justification. Andrzej Spinarów, a professor, for years now has been showing great gift in discovering and solving various technical problems, including bioengineering. The solutions that he put forward is characterized by, one, great innovation, and it is actually shown by the patents that he's acquired, but also by how applicable those solutions are in industry. Many a solution of his has been actually used, which benefited the organizations that used it. Professor Spinaris graduated from the university in 2005. He studied information and material science, and then he did his postgrad study at the Silesian University. He studied material discipline, and then, or rather when he was still an engineer, he was quite early employed as an assistant as early as 2011, when he got his PhD, he got a post as an adjunct. New photoluminescent materials were the subject of his work. Star-shaped materials were actually studied by the gentleman, and the result of his work has been published by a number of academic journals. In 2020, he received his habilitation, biomedical engineering and biocybernetics, were the subject of his study. Now, over 140, that's how many books and papers he's published. And the data has been provided by the Silesian University. So the professor has some medical family tradition going for him, but now let us see him receive an award. So we have two professors here, and the other professor is a former rector. Congratulations. Congratulations and all the best. Many more discoveries, and we are really happy to see you here, so you have not fallen the victim of this brain drain that we see quite often. Thank you for this distinction. It is not something that speaks only about me, because, you know, for any scientist you have that is successful, you should mention a number of people, whole teams that work with them. So let me thank our team, because without their efforts, it all would not have been possible. Thank you.